Once again, I couldn't decide who was the biggest or most delusional moron this week, so I narrowed it down to the top 4. It's time for final thoughts. And first up is a tie between Kamala Harris and the rabid feminist psychos who believe losing a debate is sexist. Now, several times throughout the VP debate, Kamala Harris became frustrated with Vice President Pence, interrupting her blatant lies and alternative facts, prompting the new feminist warrior cry, "I'm speaking."
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I'm
speaking. Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, wait.
I'm speaking.
It'd be important if you said the truth. The question.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Okay.
In the words of Kamala, here's the thing, and let me be clear. Mike Pence did interrupt Kamala's babble a time or two. Why? Because she was either lying, dodging the question, or babbling on about some nonsense anecdote that had zippo to do with the topic at hand. Sure, it would have been nice if the moderator would have forced her to answer the question, but because Susan Page did not, Mike Pence did. Now, you can find that rude or not, that's a matter of opinion. However, to assert it was somehow sexist is bullshit. We saw it with Hillary, we saw it with Elizabeth Warren, and we see it every time a liberal woman is losing an argument. It becomes a tale of sexist sabotage. Oh, give me a break. Funny though, when Sarah Palin debated Joe Biden, she wasn't given the same defense and instead mocked mercilessly throughout the entire campaign and to this day on everything from her looks to her intelligence and even her family. Somehow, the feminists never gave a shit. Shocker. But moving on to my next loser of the week, Taylor Swift. In an interview with V Magazine, our generation's political pop genius declared she is endorsing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. But it comes as no surprise because we know Taylor has a history of poor taste in men. But what I find a little odd is that she, who has had her own issues with sexual assault from a man allegedly grabbing her behind, sees no problem endorsing a man with a record of sniffing women's hair and several allegations of sexual assault. Interesting stuff, ain't it, T. Swift? But luckily, I don't think many Americans give a rat's behind about the opinion of a pop princess or any celebrity for that matter. Which brings me to my next idiot of the week, Jane Fonda.
COVID is God's gift to the left.
Wow, Jane, good to know you believe the virus that has killed 200,000 Americans and put thousands and thousands out of work and on unemployment serves as an opportunity for the Democrats. But at least you're being honest, I guess. Look, we all know the Democrats have used and weaponized coronavirus to not only attempt to take down our president, but also slip in their control agenda. Yeah, this pandemic has given the tyrants of the left the Trojan horse they have always wanted and allowed them to push us closer to socialism and closer to communism than ever before, all disguised as health and safety for the greater good. Democrats also seem to believe the American people have amnesia and don't remember the booming economy built by Donald Trump before this pandemic. Jane, we remember, and he will do it again. So take your God's gift and shove it. But this last idiot of the week is certainly a repeat winner and a fan favorite, Democratic den mother Nancy Pelosi.
It is my honor to welcome Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, a constitutional scholar, as he introduces legislation to establish a commission on presidential capacity to discharge the duties and the powers and duties of the office. This is not about President Trump. He will face the judgment of the voters, but he shows the need for us to create a process for future presidents.
The Democrats and their pathetic coup attempts just keep coming. Now they seem to believe they may need to invoke the 25th Amendment and remove our president from office, citing Trump's mental and physical stability. Yes, folks, you heard that right. The party that nominated a man who cannot put together a coherent thought on his own still believes it is Donald Trump who is inept. All of my lefty losers of the week think they are really wise and think they've got us fooled, and they would be wrong. Those are my morons of the week, and these are my final thoughts from Nashville. God bless and take care.